In 2025, scrolling the internet as a black person will have you drained. I mean, we can see the most wholesome videos of our people just having fun, laughing, enjoying life. Meanwhile, you open up that comment section and man, you would think it's a goddamn Klan rally. Now, in my opinion, I don't like using the word ghetto because just throughout history and time, everything that was once deemed ghetto for black people is the standard nowadays.
These Hanes little boys tanks are as good as everyone says they are. I'm gonna be shocked. Apparently Kendall wore them to a Knicks game. I don't know if that's actually true, but they do look pretty similar. Guys, I'm freaking. It's not too cropped. It's like kind of sheer, which I like. I'd probably wear it like this. Very effortless, but like kind of sexy. And I've also been seeing a lot of people layering tanks, which I think is perfect with this. The summer staple.
Now, at first glance, like, we probably tripping, but nah, man, no. Tank tops are a staple in the black American household. My pops literally made me wear a tank top under every single shirt before I went to school. Now, tank tops have always had a negative connotation because it was something that we wore. As a male wearing these, you were always labeled a thug.
I remember when in school, you weren't even allowed to wear tank tops. Like, tank tops, you couldn't wear anything that, like, if your arm was showing too much, you couldn't wear that. I don't know. I always thought that was kind of like a stupid rule. I just feel like it didn't make too much sense, to me at least.
And it was just like the stereotypical thing for a black person to wear. It's just so funny because I don't know how out of the loop you have to be to have just discovered a white tank top. Like, damn, your privilege is that good.
Surprise!
Get out of here!
I made it.
You see, this clip right here was funny, man. It was wholesome. You know, he surprised his family and they was happy. But in the back of my mind, I was like, man, if that was a black family, they would have been calling them people all types of N-words and black fatigue. Like, you get what I'm saying?
That's it.
Sick plan. Sick plan. Oh yeah.
What?
I just got my Chipotle bowl 50% off because I use this app I seen on TikTok. Nah, I gotta.
Once again, imagine if the races were reversed. This would have been a segment in hundreds of black fatigue videos. The comments would have been filled with how savage and reckless they are. But guess what? You don't see people posting clips like this because it doesn't fit their narrative. It's a group of young college kids. Hey, boys will be boys. As a black person, your room of error is extremely small. Soon as a black
move out of the way.
person makes a mistake is, see, you know, I knew they couldn't do it. That is why when I see these black doctors and black pilots, like, I know that they really had to work extremely hard to get there. They're like probably the top-notch person.
I hate texting a hoe that don't know their geography. Like, what do you, how? This boy all up in my phone talking about something. Oh, where are you from? I'm like, Romania, I stay in Georgia. He told me, oh, I'm from New York, I stay in Georgia too. We get to it, all of a sudden he get my number. He want to text me, how are you, in Spanish. See, Romanian and Latin-based language, so I already know the one and the two. So I text him back, and he wants to say, oh, you Hispanic? Did I not just tell you I'm Romanian? He wants to say,
her argument sounds so stupid.
I tell him Europe. He wants to say, oh, so y'all speak a different language out there? What do it look like?
This clip right here is frying my brain. I can hear a black woman, but I don't see a black woman. This is why I speak so highly of black women, because they are the blueprint. From the mannerisms to the things they wear to the way they talk, it is always talked down upon and then secretly stolen. Now, there's many things to dissect from this clip. First off, we're gonna talk about the way she's talking, aka black slang. Now, whenever people bring up that black Americans have no culture, I just laugh, because slang is black American culture. And to add a new element to it, each different part of the United States has its own slang.
Break down Chicago slang. Like that's
now.
Gang, gang.
Okay.
Bro, the slang part one. Alright, so you got Jit. Jit really supposed to be someone younger than you, smarter than you, but we just call everybody Jit.
Hey, brother, what's the deal? Brother, you was tweaking, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, what's the deal, brother? What you want?
First of all, I tell you, that girl is not even your friend. That girl be using, that girl only your friend when you got a car, when your car in good condition.
She ain't give me no photos, no photo tang, no subtle you get, none of, like, she ain't give me none of the do get, like, nothing. She didn't even joke my yang.
Real quick, all my Baltimoreans, the y'all got going on? Listen, we can all admit slang is very cool, but it was a time when it wasn't. Whenever we used to use these words, we were always deemed unintelligent, babble talk, can't speak proper English. You know, it was always negative connotations. And I'm gonna speak for myself and pretty much a lot of other black Americans. We don't care that other cultures use black slang. The problem is we do not get credit. They try to come in and be like, oh yeah, we all made this together. The same way that they're trying to rename black American slang into Gen Z slang.
All right, Gen Z slang at it again. I have never heard of these terms in my entire life until today, and I have to share with you guys. Two-man. I'm going on a two-man tonight.
Okay.
You tell me what you think two-man is. Next is bop.
I don't really care that it's called like Gen Z slang instead of black slang, because it's like watering down like the race barrier. I feel in a way. I don't really care too much about slang because, you know, you're not really supposed to use slang, but it comes in handy. Even in schools, they teach you just about slang because not everybody's always gonna use, you know, these words, these gigantic big words that, you know, sometimes it's just more casual just to use slang because sometimes you don't want to take the time to use those big words because it's just easier. And, you know, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Which means for the streets. So they said she's a bop, he's a bop, they're for the streets. I can only imagine talking to my dad and he's like, oh, what happened to so-and-so? And I'm like, oh, they're a bop.
Yeah, and like
what?
using
Last,
slang with
this
old
one
people
really had
doesn't
me
really
confused.
go
Merch.
over well.
The kids looked at me today and they're like, do you know what merch is? And I said, merchandise? No. Merch. I'm gonna pretend like this is a spelling bee. On merch, I stole this. Merch substitutes for on
that.
God. So instead of saying on God, you say merch, on merch.
Dog, this is crazy. Pretty much all of those words came from the drill culture in Chicago. Maybe not even that, just Chicago in general.
Yes, the term finna is prevalent down south. But you know what else is prevalent down south?
But that's the thing.
Black people.
A lot of people.
And that's no coincidence.
A lot of
one of the
people listen to
primary
rap
reasons.
Now. So a lot of people take the shit that rappers say and they use it in like their everyday life. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because, I don't even think it's just because it's just a cool thing. It's just, that's the shit I listen to. That's who, you know, yeah, that's who I am now. Like shit. I don't know.
That black culture has a problem getting acknowledged as a culture is because it keeps getting folded into Southern culture. Just as our black cooking has been co-opted as Southern cuisine, Gullah and other components of black English have been co-opted as Southernisms. In short, it's a black thing until white people want in, and then suddenly it's a Southern thing. One of the most glaring examples is the word y'all. Even though one of the earliest acknowledgments of the term y'all or you all is that white children had adopted it from enslaved black children. The pushback is that y'all is actually Scottish, y'all. Why? Because you all is a contraction that contracts the first word, not the second. And contractions typically contract the second word, not the first. Well, this is something that is frequent in black English. Say, for example, he asked for him, but he ain't give him none tall.
Damn.
In that sentence,
What
tall is a
language was
contraction.
that?
At all, which means that the first word was contracted into the second, not the second into the first. So the theory that y'all could not have been of black origin is only logical if you are applying English rules, which English was not our first language. We were playing by different rules. Let's keep it a buck. The Southernizing of black culture allows white people to take ownership of things without properly acknowledging its creator.
That brother broke it down perfectly. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this slang topic because I have a whole video on it. The video is mad short though. It's only 5 minutes. I'll probably do a part 2 soon, but yeah. Now, the next segment we're going to talk about is skin color. Throughout all of history, being lighter or just even being pale was the standard for godliness. But in 2025, man, oh man, have things changed.
That's a suntan. That's a suntan. That's a, I don't even know. She kind of looked like a little brown. Holy shit. She's baked. How the hell? What? Yo.
It has always seemed off to me because you're trying to darken your skin, which correlates to being black. Like I was like what? But that's the end of the video. Let me leave y'all with this message.
What?
Always be unapologetically black. I don't care about you wearing your bonnets out in public. I don't care about you wearing your do-rags out in public. I don't care about you.
How black she looked? Like shorty look, her whiteness was disappearing. Oh my gosh. Damn. I don't even know how you get that tan as a white person. Unless you're like mixed. But she definitely don't look mixed. She look like white. But alright, anyway, I just wanted to make a short little video. You guys should go check out the previous video I did before this, where I talked about wrestling, and I talked about Legos, and I talked about how WWE needs to make some damn Legos. Alright, but anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.